For the first time in over half a century, the lunar silence has been broken by more than just radio waves. It has been captured in crystalline detail. NASA has just pulled back the curtain on a massive archive of 12,217 high-resolution images from the historic Artemis II mission. From the moment of launch on April 1st to the blinding 40,000-kilometer-per-hour re-entry and splashdown in the Pacific 10 days later, every second of this odyssey was documented. Today, we are diving deep into this raw visual record to uncover the secrets hidden in the shadows of the Orion capsule and the jagged landscapes of the lunar far side. Stick with us, because as we filter through this unprecedented data dump, we'll reveal the final, most startling images that are currently leaving even NASA's top analysts speechless.
We're looking directly into the heart of Mare Orienta. Unlike most lunar basins, this one remained largely unfilled by lava, preserving its pristine, concentric ring structure. These rings were formed by massive shock waves that literally rippled the moon's crust like water. In this high-definition shot, the central dark patch, the bullseye, is a frozen sea of basalt. It's a stark, geometric reminder that the moon's surface was shaped by forces far more violent and precise than anything we've experienced on Earth. This frame captures the chaotic density of the lunar highlands. These are some of the oldest crustal rocks on the moon, battered by billions of years of cosmic bombardment. Notice how the craters overlap, a process called impact gardening that grinds the lunar surface into a fine, razor-sharp powder known as regolith. The lack of atmospheric erosion means every strike, from massive asteroids to tiny micrometeoroids, is recorded here forever. It's a brutal, high-contrast map of the solar system's violent history.
Look at the transition from the lunar surface to the void. Because the moon has no atmosphere to scatter light, there is no twilight and no blue sky. The horizon is a razor-sharp line where sun-drenched rock meets absolute nothingness. This lack of air is also why the shadows are pitch black and perfectly defined. For the Artemis II crew, this view was a constant reminder that they were separated from an instant, frozen death by only the thin metallic skin of the Orion spacecraft. This is a rare, long-exposure shot that actually captures stars alongside the lunar silhouette. Normally, the moon is so bright it washes out the background, but here we see the true density of the Milky Way. Look at that brilliant blue-white star on the left. In the vacuum of space, stars don't twinkle because there is no atmosphere to refract their light. They are steady, piercing needles of radiation. For astronauts, this view is a reminder that the moon is just the first tiny step into an infinite star-choked ocean. Look at the Terminator line, the boundary between day and night. You're looking at a massive planetary sunset happening all at once across thousands of miles. The blue haze at the very edge is the exosphere, the outermost layer of our atmosphere, where air molecules are so sparse they can travel hundreds of miles without hitting each other. It is the final, fragile barrier between the life we know and the cold, indifferent radiation of the deep.
This is the iconic Earthrise, reimagined in high definition. While it looks like a sunrise, the Earth never actually rises or sets if you're standing on the moon. It stays fixed in one spot due to tidal locking. This perspective only exists because the Orion spacecraft was moving at thousands of miles per hour. Scientifically, this shot captures the extreme contrast of the lunar albedo. The moon reflects only about 12% of the light that hits it, making the Earth appear brilliantly, almost unnaturally bright by comparison. This frame perfectly illustrates the staggering scale of the Earth-Moon system. Those 238,000 miles of empty space are a graveyard of dead satellites and cosmic dust. From this distance, the Earth is so small you could hide it behind your thumb. It's a sobering look at our planetary isolation. Notice the perfect curvature of the lunar limb on the left. Without an atmosphere to blur the edges, the transition from rock to vacuum is as sharp as a razor's edge. As Orion retreated, Earth became a glowing sliver. This blue arc is our atmosphere, thinner than an onion skin relative to the planet. You're seeing light scattering through nitrogen and oxygen, a haunting view of the only breathable air for billions of people. Zooming in, the scale is staggering. This is the troposphere meeting the vacuum of space.
For the Artemis II crew, this high-definition view was a reality check. Every storm, every sunrise, and every human life is contained within that single vulnerable curve. Back to the moon. Those dark plains are maria, formed by ancient lava bleeding from asteroid impacts. The sharp rays around younger craters are pulverized rock ejected at 10 miles per second. Without wind or rain, this world is a perfectly preserved graveyard of cosmic history.
Take a look at this. This isn't just a crater. It's a massive multi-ring impact basin that looks more like a celestial bullseye than a natural disaster. Spanning over 560 miles, its 3 perfect concentric rings of mountains hint at a structural complexity that defies standard impact physics. Is this a random cosmic hit or evidence of a targeted strike on a hollowed-out sphere? Now, we see the terminator, the line where lunar day meets eternal night. Notice the sharp vertical spires and that isolated pinprick of light on the dark crater floor. These lunar transient phenomena are often dismissed as sunlight hitting peaks, but their pulsing, artificial quality suggests something else is operating in the perpetual twilight of the moon's shadows.
Look at the brutal landscape of the far side. While it acts as Earth's shield, notice the strange 90-degree angles and grid-like patterns within the central crater clusters. Natural erosion rarely produces such rigid geometry. Are we looking at ancient lunar highlands or the buried ruins of organized infrastructure from eons ago? Finally, we have this haunting view of the Tsiolkovsky crater. This dark, heart-shaped basalt sea features a massive, brilliant white central peak rising 10,000 feet into the void. Astronauts have long whispered about tower-like structures in this specific region. Why is this one of the only spots on the far side where the moon's internal fire leaked out? And what exactly is hiding within that obsidian black floor?
Look at this perspective. It perfectly captures the immense scale of the Earth-Moon gap. 238,000 miles of absolute vacuum and silent radiation. You can see the moon's rugged limb with razor-sharp definition, a direct result of having zero atmosphere to soften the edges. It's a stark reminder that the moon isn't just distant, it is physically isolated in a dangerous, unforgiving void. In this stunning shot, we're analyzing the lunar surface as it plunges into total shadow. Without sunlight, temperatures here drop to a lethal -280 degrees Fahrenheit. The high-resolution sensors reveal the true density of the background star field, which is usually washed out by the moon's extreme brightness. It shows a frozen, dead world surrounded by the infinite, piercing energy of the cosmos.
As the Orion spacecraft completes its burn toward home, the Earth re-emerges as a brilliant blue sickle on the edge of the frame. From this distance, you can clearly see the terminator line, the sharp boundary between day and night. Notice how our atmosphere scatters the sunlight, creating that signature blue glow. It's a haunting final view of the only home we've ever known, protected by a delicate layer of air in a universe that is completely and utterly empty.
We end with this breathtaking full-disk view of Earth. From this distance, you can see the glowing lights of cities on the night side and the vast swirling weather patterns over the oceans. This is the ultimate full Earth shot, showing our planet as a solitary living organism against the dead backdrop of space. It's the final image in the Artemis II archive that puts everything into perspective. We are one planet, one crew, traveling through an infinite dark. As we look at this glowing marble, we have to ask ourselves, are we really ready for what we're finding out there?
As we close the book on these 12,217 images, one thing is certain. The moon is no longer a distant myth, but a high-definition reality that challenges everything we thought we knew about our place in the cosmos. Artemis II has provided the data, but the interpretation of what lies in those silent lunar shadows is up to you. If this deep dive into the NASA archives opened your eyes, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Exoplanet X. We are entering a new era of space exploration, and you don't want to be left in the dark. Drop a comment below with your theories on the archive's most mysterious frames, and as always, keep looking at the stars. Thanks for watching.